Okay, well, we came out to the dike to get some sand, and there's some right down there, because I'm going to need sand to show you how to make a version of the Inuit Koolik. Well, we found our sand. Well, we got our bags of sand. I don't think I'll need that much, I just got that much. And a little bit of cloth from some old khakis that finally wore out on me, and a little bit of bacon grease. Now this it's a tin can stove, but it follows the same principles as the Inuit Koolik, as that it's going to be using animal fat as a fuel. I cut little slivers using wire cutters and my multi-tool. See these little slivers? Be careful with them, they are sharp. Out of the top of the candle, and it's not a pretty job, but it'll work in a pinch if you needed it to. And the reason why you put slits in the top is, let's say you're in a place you can't have a campfire, or you know, there's no light, there's no candles, you don't have a flashlight, whatever, and you're hungry, you could put a little stove or a little pot on top of this, and it will cook your food. What we're going to do next is we're going to take our piece of, it could be a piece of t-shirt, it could be, like I said, this is an old pair of khakis that no longer are doing their job. And we're just going to make it just a little smaller, and ball it up at the bottom a little bit, because that's going to serve as your wick. You're going to put that in the bottom there, and let's get one of these bags of sand. We just drop that down in there, and I hope you can hear me because it's a little windy. And you're just going to want to fill that bottom with sand. Put a little too much in there. Like I said, be careful not to cut yourself on those sharp edges. Now, there we go. And this was a little heated up, not so much anymore. Help it flow easier. Like I said, being out here. And that bacon grease will actually infuse with the sand and continue to feed the wick. And this is the grossest part. Love bacon, but I hate the grease. And let's see if I can blow myself up. Now, I'm sure the sun and that will actually act like a candle or a stove if you need it. Just, and like I said, I didn't do the most beautiful of jobs, but it will work in a pinch. This was actually just a little demonstration on how to, a little rendition of an Inuit stove. And like I said, you could put a pot on top of there, and it will, these air holes will keep it from going out on you. Go for hours and hours and hours. As long as there's bacon grease in there, the candle will actually burn. Well, this has been Tiki Blue Eyes. Thanks again for tuning in to watch my demonstration of a small hobo stove using cloth, bacon grease, sand, and an old tin can. A continuation of the tin can stove. I got a better can, and this time I braided the wick, as you can see, and that'll work a lot better. The one that I showed you before was just like if you're in a hurry, it's cold, it's freezing, you need some heat, you need to boil some water, you need to get something on the stove. Okay, and as you can see, I cut only 4 this time. This can was a little sturdier than the last one, so that's why I chose it. And I rolled them back so that, because this thing will heat up pretty good, I can use my Leatherman to grab these tips and move them as I need fit. So, like I said, this is my wick, and it'll go down inside like that, and the sand will cover it, and then over the sand I'll put bacon grease. So stick with me and I'll show you those steps. Okay, and now as you can see, I actually warmed up the bacon grease a little bit. This is kind of a messy job. I don't know if you can see that. Is soak the wick in the bacon grease, and drop it right down in there. Next step would be sand. I'm sure you can hear my TV in the background. Just kind of tamp that down in there so that you have a nice candle. This one is actually coming out so much better than I don't even know if you could see that. 1 second. And as you can see, the wick has been stamped down in there pretty well, and that's actually going to come out to be a lot better, I do believe, than the one that I showed you, the quick rendition. Anyhow, so what you're going to want to do is take the rest of your bacon grease and fill that up. And I'm getting my Bass Pro Shop catalog all greasy over there. Okay, and that's what it's going to look like. And once you light that wick, it'll burn for hours upon hours. You can cook on top of it. It'll give you heat, it'll give you light, and it basically follows the same idea as the Inuit Koolik. Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been Tiki.